Hello, this is Trance, and welcome to another one of my build videos. So today we're going to be going over the Magicka Dragonknight, and I'm going to be a Dark Elf. The name of this build is going to be Best in Slot until Sloads nerf, because that's what it is right now. It's using Sloads. It's a very strong set. So let's go over our gear, champions, points, skills, and how we play the build. So if you look at our stats here, we're at just over 31k Magicka, and this is non-CP in Battlegrounds. Then our health is high as well, and our stamina is high as well. Then our recovery is going to be low, but that's just generally the DK playstyle because of the Battle Roar passive. If we look at our spell damage, let's buff up real quick. We've got 2600 spell damage, which is pretty high compared to our high resource pool and the amount of dots we're going to be using. Then our spell and physical resistance are high as well, and crit resistance is at sitting over 1500. So it's very, very strong, especially because we're using sword and board. Now, if we look at our gear, we're going to be using 5 Shackle Breaker, 3 Triune Jewelry, 2 Spell Damage, 1 Magicka Cost Reduction, and 2 Shackle Breaker on body pieces with Prismatic Glyphs. Then we're going to be pairing that with 5 Sloads. I'm going to use this until they nerf it. It's just a very, very strong set, just because of the Oblivion damage that it applies to them. And the fact that we're using so many dots means we're going to have Sloads uptime nearly 100% on every enemy we're fighting. But also Sloads procs Scoria as well, which is another added benefit of it. So 3 Sloads on the body with 2 Sloads sword and board and a Sload resto staff. We went sharpened and then Nern honed here. We want prismatic glyphs on pretty much everything in either impen or infused. Divines is okay, it's just maybe 1 or 2 pieces. Then how do you get this? So Sloads is a craftable set that came with Summerset. And then Shackle is crafted as well, that came in a previous update. Then Scoria you get from City of Ash 2. So I went sword and board because it's tanky. I mean, you could go Destro Staff here or maybe even dual wield, which I probably wouldn't at this point. But I went sword and board because of the extra tankiness, and because you can, while you're blocking, you can still block cast the Flame Lash and all of your other abilities while being very, very tanky. So let's go to our skills. So on a sword and board bar, we have our Flame Lash. It's a great ability if it just has a really high tooltip on it, and then the ability to proc Power Lash is very, very strong because it's a good hot and it does extra damage. Then we've got Engulfing Flames, another strong dot, all flame damage again, and then one of the benefits of it is they take 10% more fire damage if you have Engulfing Flames on them. And that pairs really, really well with our Dark Elf passives. Then we've got Burning Embers here. It's a very strong heal when it does finish, and you can just keep proccing it on someone to heal yourself. That's also a strong dot. Then we've got Fossilize, can't be blocked or dodged, so if the Nightblades are rolling away or you've got that Templar that just keeps holding block, you can hit them with a Fossilize that immediately stuns and roots them. Then they take damage. Then we've got Inner Light here. It gives you Major Prophecy and also increases your max Magicka. Then Ferocious Leap, very, very strong ability because it procs Battle Roar since it's an ultimate, then gives you a damage shield and also does, again, flame damage, and it stuns the enemy. It's also, I use that sometimes as my gap closer. Then on a resto bar, we've got Reflective Plate. Now this is a change in Summerset. They made it remove all snares from you. It doesn't grant you snare immunity, but it removes all snares from you. It's great for those snipe spammers or those overload spammers. Then we've got Molten Armaments. Now you could run the Mage's Guild skilled Entropy as well, but I like Molten Armaments because it's 40 seconds, increases your heavy attack damage, and gives you the Earthnark passives. Right here, Mountain's Blessing and Helping Hands. Then we've got our Healing Ward. It's a very good heal, especially if you get a low health. It's a big shield size and gives you a little bit heal as soon as you cast it. Then Volatile Armor. These are going to be our major ward and major resolve, making you tankier. And then this ability, Deep Thoughts, is very strong. So it's a Synergic Order ability, and when you're channeling it, you just restore resources, basically. About 1,500 for each resource. And in Battlegrounds, if you're on a flag or you just have a moment where you need resources, you can hit that. And you also get, when you're casting it, the Major Protection. So I've had sometimes where I'm at low health, I just hit Deep Thoughts and restore resources, and they just can't kill me because you have Major Protection and you're restoring health. Then we have our Oh Shit Heal Life Giver. It's very, very strong. It'll put you from 1 health to full health in a matter of seconds. It's another very, very strong heal. That's one of the reasons why I'm running Resto back bar. And this skill also, because it's an AoE, it can pull Nightblades out of Cloak, even though it does like less than 1,000 damage. It'll pull them out of Cloak, and it's AoE. Then let's go to our Mundus Stone. So I'm using the Apprentice Mundus for more spell damage. You could also run Atronach or Mage Mundus. Those are good choices as well. Food's going to be our Clockwork Citrus Fillet. I like it because it gives us magic recovery as well, 319 to be exact. And you don't have to run the purple Tri-Food. And that's basically because we're running Shacklebreaker and all prismatic lifts that we're able to run the gold food instead of the purple food. You could run Witch Mothers as well if you don't have access to the Clockwork Citrus Fillet. Now the best race for this is definitely going to be a Dark Elf. I would recommend that. But you could also be a High Elf or a Breton, and even an Argonian, that would work as well. Then the pots that I use are the Tripots. Because we have big resource pools, those help out a lot, the Tripots here, because they give health, magic, and stamina, and gives you all your recovery bonuses as well. You could do Spell Power Pots if you want, but I would recommend the Tripots. Now the playstyle is going to be, we're going to be buffing up and then applying all of our dots here. So our Engulfing Flames, Burning Embers, and then we're probably going to fossilize them after we apply our dots, hit them with the Flame Lash, and then leap them to finish them off. And they should be dead by then, just because of Sloads and Scoria and all the dots and the pressure that we're putting on them. And this build is a very, very tanky build that can 1vx, because now, again, of the snare removal that Reflective Plate puts, all the damage is putting out, and how tanky it is. So let me know what you think about this build in the comments below, and just like and subscribe if you want more videos. Thank you.